All right, morning everyone. So it was a bit confusing actually. I just got a new phone, so had enough of that Pixel 7. It started playing up. The battery doesn't last very long, so ended up getting a. Hang on, let's flip. So I've gone back to Samsung. I've always had a Samsung. I tried the Google. It's all right, bit glitchy, not as good as the Samsung in my opinion. So yeah, going back to I got a S24 FE Fan Edition. So yeah, not too bad. Same size screen as a Pixel. 0.1 of an inch smaller than an Ultra, S24 Ultra. So yeah, all good. Goes all right. So this is the back camera, the better camera of the two, I suppose. But I just noticed now that they both do 4K 30 and 60. So really shouldn't really notice a difference. So this video is really just trying out audio from the new microphone, the wireless mic, JBL one, and yeah, so you can only go to 0.6 zoom. So yeah, it's probably not going to be an interesting video, but we'll see. Okay, so that's yeah. So yeah, and now that's the camera that's facing the screen. So yeah, we'll see what that's like. I'm in the garage, just try out the lighting condition in here. It's bright, but it's not super bright. So we'll head out into the backyard now. It's ultra sunny. Okay, so there's no zoom in the, I'll call forward facing. Is that right? I don't know. So as you're using your phone, this is the screen that you would have the little secondary camera, I suppose you'd call it. The primary camera would be the better camera at the back. This is the secondary camera. So if we around, the dogs have just had a bath. So they're all going good. Straight away, yeah, it looks really, the Pixel camera just was not impressive at all. This looks the goods, this one. We'll try out some zoom. So that's a 1x zoom. So that's stock is 0.6, I suppose. We're going this way. So that's a 3x zoom. You can see those houses on the hills there. And then 10x zoom. 12x. No, hang on, 12 there. Pretty good. Actually, the close-up. Where's the dog? That's his bum. There he is. Dex. Boy, mate. Yeah. So yeah, 1x, 3x, and then if you roll your finger, whoop. Hang on, I've lost. How do you get? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that's your 12x. So that's pretty cool. I mean, not going to look good on the computer, but anyway, I like the 0.6. Kind of brings everything back out. So you can see that it's very light here, and then very dark over there, but seems to be handling it. It does have HDR. I'm pretty sure it's on. So yeah, hopefully the audio is good. I'm going to change some settings now on the camera. This is 4K 30. I normally film on the Ace Pro in 4K 30, so yeah, that should be no mismatch, and you don't have to play with anything, I suppose. If you noticed in the dash cam video, the dash cam records in 5K or 4K. When I had it in 5K, it just was not happy at all. It went all fuzzy. When I was editing it, it was fine. I could see exactly what was going on. I exported the video, went back to watch it, and it was all fuzzy. I don't know what was going on. I then changed it to 4K, and it was working okay. So yeah, it must be CapCut can't do 5K, maybe, I don't know, whatever. I didn't really like it in 5K. It's only 25 frames per second in 5K, so yeah, it's doesn't look the best. Very wide zoom, so it's probably for a dash cam, it makes sense to have it in 5K. Probably what will happen is I will leave it in 5K. That way you do pick up that extra width. But if I ever do want to use it for doing videos for you guys, I'll just change it to 4K just for ease of yeah, you don't have to transfer it and copy it over. The audio is not bad on it, but I probably still would use this microphone. Yeah, I haven't worked that out yet, because you'd have to have an audio track from this synced by clapping the old-fashioned way in front of the car with the dash cam, and then if I want to use the Ace Pro, I could sync that as well somehow. But yeah, anyway. What I'm seeing, I don't know if the audio, hopefully there's no reason it shouldn't, but it doesn't look like the audio is matching when I'm talking. It's a little bit out, but we'll see what happens on the video there. But went for a nice drive down up across the 2J, whatever it is. It's kind of north east from my place, that way. Yeah, nice drive. Went the long way, the scenic route, and went to the Coca-Cola cafe. It's just a cafe with a heap of Coca-Cola memorabilia. Got a nice feed there, and then just came back. It was good. Did about 180 k's or so, 190 k's. I think the car's just 3,900 k's now, so another 1,000 k's would be looking at getting it serviced again. I'll just do an oil change on it. That's all it is. Send the oil off, get an analysis. Hopefully there's no fuel in the oil this time. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that was about it. Commodore's going well, so I've been driving that a little bit over the weekend, and new brakes, new brake pads, all that kind of stuff, all bedding in nice. So we're all good there. Only thing is, if you've ever mucked around with brakes before, on the caliper, there's like this really thin, very thin metal, and it's meant to retain the pad. I think it is, that's what it's called, is a pad retainer. I'm not too sure. And when me and my old man were mucking around with that, Dad's like, oh, this doesn't really fit. It was in the front right-hand wheel. Doesn't really fit the best. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we put it in. It worked fine. And then when we got back home from test driving it, I was just reversing it back into its spot in the driveway. And there was like a squealing noise, very, very low-pitched squealing noise. You drive forward, it's not there. It's only when you drive backwards. And so he's like, oh, let's jack the car up. And I've sold my jack now because I've got those good ramps, the hydraulic ones. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to get the hydraulic ramps. You get both of them out. You can't just use one. You got to use two. And he's like, oh, you need a jack, just to jack up one, to do that, just to fix one. If you get a puncher or whatever, you can just jack one wheel up to change one wheel. So I'm on the hunt now for a jack. Normal way, I'm not going to just buy a normal jack. I'm either looking at an electric one or an airbag jack. I haven't put too much research into it, but the airbags are about 140 mil minimum height you need, and I think that's almost exactly what the Z is. The other car's no dramas, but yeah, so it's either squeeze it in or run the wheel that you want to jack up on a bit of a block of wood to get it up 50 mil and then slip the airbag under. I've got air, so I've got a compressor in this shed, and then you can see this black thing is just a protector, but that's just an air line that runs from the shed all the way down the side of the house. Bit dodgy. You could do it with hardline, but it does go to hardline just on the other side of that little shed, and then it's hardline in the garage. It's not expensive, and I should have done it, but when I did do it, the compressor used to be out here, so that's why it never got converted, all this bit. So the compressor used to sit here. This shed never used to be here. Compressor used to sit here and connect in, kind of where that one connects in. The compressor used to be here, and then feed that, and you can see the hard line there, and it's all hard line in the garage. I got rid of that compressor. I don't know, I think it either broke or something happened, I can't remember. Or no, I know why. I bought the sandblaster and it wasn't big enough. That little compressor that I had wasn't big enough, so I had to buy a bigger compressor. And because it was bigger, it was more expensive, and I didn't want to keep it outside in the weather, so it's in here. But yeah, it actually didn't shock me, but yeah, it was kind of interesting how cheap that I think it's polypropylene, something like that, the pipe is. It's literally, it was about $25 for 6 meters. It wasn't expensive, but it's the connectors that are very expensive. They're about $15 a pop, each connector, each elbow connector, wide joint, whatever. And then if you want like an outlet, it's like $30 for the quick connect, and then $15 for that black connector. So I probably could do this. I don't have a car that will carry 6 meter lengths of polypropylene, and I think that's what happened last time. Is I could only carry 3 meters because I had the Commodore with the roof rack on it, and I cut them at the shop. And then once you cut them to 3 meter lengths, you then need a $15 joiner. So yeah, it added up really quickly. I was quite shocked when she told me how much it was at the end of the day. I kind of mapped it out, and I kind of did it the wrong way as well. I can show you. So if you are going to do it, I mean, it looks cool, but it's definitely not the cheapest way. Yeah, so you know, that's $15, that's $30, and then you got like $2 a pipe, and then 15, because there's a Y and an elbow. 15. I think there's a joiner behind there, so 15. Then you got the feed to the line, it's 15 plus the connector, elbow 15 plus connector. So it adds up, but it does look good. It is better to have the hard line. But yeah, and the reason I did it is because my Torana used to be parked here, and I used to have the compressor in that tucked in, kind of where those water filters are, right in that corner. And I used to have the quick jacks, or whatever they're called, go jacks, that go underneath the wheel, and then you pump them up and they collapse, lift the car up, and then you can push the car sideways. And I used to do that so I could get the car right in. And I pushed it a bit too far, or the compressor wasn't in all the way, I can't remember, and it scratched it on the side. So I had to take, and I only just had the car painted, that's right. I had to get the car repainted because I put bigger wheels on it, and the panel beater cut behind the guards to relieve that, so that had to get redone. It had some stone chips up the front. And it had, you know how it's got the black bonnet, here you go. So the black bonnet, this line was too high, and it looked funny because the mirror, it kind of intersected the mirror, and from factory they should be at this height. So he pretty much repainted the bonnet and all the black, repainted the whole front and this. Then he's like, well, we might as well just, I had to repaint this door because that got all cut up where he cut up for the guards here. So the only thing that didn't get repainted was the roof and the bonnet. Yeah, and it was there for like 2 months, and brought it home, pushed it in and scratched it within a week of getting it back from the panel beater. So yeah, that wasn't too good. So yeah, cracked the shits, and I put the compressor outside and ran all this, and never scratched the car since. So all good. But yeah, but anyway, all good. Car's going good. I haven't noticed any stone chips on it, 4,000 Ks, and I've been doing a lot of them in the country. Probably 3,000 of those, or 2,500 of those have been, you know, like country driving kind of thing. Haven't got any chips on the windscreen, haven't heard anything hit the car, so I've been pretty lucky. So that's good. Exhaust went really well too yesterday. At 110, most of the roads we were on were 100, 110, and you can't even hear the thing. There's more road noise, and the road noise isn't that bad. You get used to it after a while. You turn the radio on, you can't even hear it, but yeah, the exhaust is not overpowering at all, so very good. And it sounds pretty cool when you do go for an overtake and put your foot into it. It just sounds like a rocket ship taking off, with the air noise passing through it is actually louder than the actual motor noise at the exhaust. And yeah, sounds got a nice little rocket ship kind of noise to it. So goes good. So she needs a wash now. If you watched the previous video when we were doing a bit of running around and I was going to wash it, I still haven't washed it. So the last time this had a really good clean was probably a week before we did the exhaust, so probably about 3 weeks ago now. And so yeah, it probably doesn't look like it. Looks nice and shiny in the camera here that I can see, but in person there's just dust all over it. You can't, well, might as well use the zoom. There you go, there's marks on the roof there from hitting bugs and all sorts of stuff, but all good. And the dash cam went really good. It was It was 38 degrees yesterday. I don't know why it was so hot. Day before wasn't hot. Today's only 25 and it was 38 degrees yesterday. Car was out in the sun all day when we were out York and driving home, and we didn't get home till 1 o'clock. And the dash cam is still stuck on the windscreen. I was talking about that. I don't know why they did a grey pad like that. That should be black. So if I ever take it off, I'll change it to some black sticky, but it sticks really well. So really good, really happy with that. So yeah, I was expecting to get back in the car after it parked out in the sun and that thing in the heat all day and the dash cam be hanging, but nah, all good. Parking mode worked really well. The footage is not as crisp as the Viofo. The Viofo has definitely got the advantage there. But the Viofo oversaturates the colours. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't look natural. Whereas if you watch the footage of this, it's pretty natural, but it's not as crisp. But you can change it actually. I put some Uniden footage into CapCut, increased sharpness, changed colours a little bit, and it come up Mickey Mouse. It looks really nice, really crisp and nice colour profile. There's nowhere you can change it on the app at all. So the Viofo probably overcomplicates the app a little bit. You can change sharpness, you can change exposure, everything like that. The Uniden is just ultra simple, very simple. I got the air mattress out because I was watching the Formula One yesterday, and we got, I don't know if you can get in trouble for this, but anyway, we got that IPTV. I don't know how the legalities of it are, but the dog's coming, there you go. Yeah, I don't know how legal it is, but anyway, we only really watch the Formula One on it, watch a few other shows, but it's mainly for the Formula One. You get Sky, you get Discovery Channel, you get pretty much every channel from around the world you get. So yeah, it works out really well. We used to have it in the bedroom so we could, but you have to buy two, because we've got telly in the bedroom. So you had to buy two subscriptions. You get a master and a slave. So the master was on this TV, and then you get a slave subscription. It's a bit cheaper, not much cheaper, but a bit cheaper, because you've already got the master. And then you could do it in there. But yeah, we just wanted to chill out yesterday afternoon, not sit on the couch. Couch a little bit uncomfortable. It's all right for a couple hours, but not for the whole afternoon. But yeah, like I said, it was hot. We got back here, it was 38 degrees. And yeah, just chilled out in the lounge, just watching the F1. So that was a good race, it was all right. For some reason, it was on a Saturday. I think they must have raced Saturday, because when we got home, it was on live. So then we went backwards and watched the practice and qualifying and then the race. That's why we got the thing, because we got home at 1. We started watching probably about 1:32, and the race finished by the time we finished the practice, qualifying, and all the gunk in the middle, and the race, it was about 7 o'clock at night. So yeah, I didn't want to sit on the couch for that long, so we got the mattress out. It was quite good. But yeah, anyway, I'll stop babbling. I was going to change settings, but I mean, I don't think you can change them. No, you can't change them while you're recording. Let me just pause it and I'll get back to you. Yeah, nah, there's not many options you can change. If you change resolution, then you lose. If you bump up the resolution, it goes 8K, this phone, so that's pretty cool. Probably never use it, but if you go 8K, it's only 25 or 30 frames a second. You can't use HDR, you can't do this, you can't do that. So I think 4K 30 is a good compromise for everything. So yeah, I don't know. That's about all I can do. Pretty quiet week coming up. So yeah, not a lot going on. I have just ordered I have a DJI Osmo gimbal thing for a phone. I've got a Falcon something else for the Ace Pro. That's what I use all the time for the Ace Pro. Just to make it a little bit smoother when you're swinging around. And the best thing is it's easy to grip with one hand, and it's got a tripod. So if you need to pick it up, set it down, it's easy. So that's what I want for this phone as well. I probably won't use the phone too much. We'll see how we go. The phone is good. Like, I haven't even seen video. This is the first time. That's why I'm just doing this long test video, just to see how it is. The phone is better than the Ace Pro for close-up stuff. So if I'm ever going to do close-up stuff, I can switch to the phone. And that's why I want to just keep it 4K 30 on the gimbal. And that way kind of everything kind of looks the same. You're probably going to know, there'll probably be differences in colour. I'm not too sure. But yeah, for close-up stuff, dual dual filming for whatever reason, you can kind of set one up, forget about it, let it film. I only got a 128 gig phone, and it's already used up 50 gig with all the crap that's on it already. So it's only got like 80 gig, but yeah, all good. My videos don't go for very long anyway. It is, what was that in front of the, might have been a spider web. Yeah, just 24ish. But yeah, anyway, the better filming stuff you got, I suppose it opens up options what you can do. This microphone should be good. I think it's going to be quite warm. I'll put a screenshot up of the temperatures coming up for this week. But if we do get a cooler day, we might jump on the scooter and go for a spin on the scooter, just locally around here. I won't go too far, but we'll go early in the morning. That way it's nice and cool. Haven't taken the bike out for a while. I've been with my mate a few times, but haven't filmed a video on that. But yeah, might hit up Whiteman Park. Haven't been there for a long time. Me and my mate went on the scooters on the weekend. We just quickly rode through Whiteman Park, but we didn't actually go, to where the cafe is and all that. So yeah, that might be on the cards. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think what's coming up. There's not really a lot. The last month has been jam-packed with, the new house stuff and getting the ramps for the car and doing all the work on the Commodore and new phone and this and that. So yeah, I've really got to slow down. I'm kind of, the hole in the bucket at the bottom is bigger than the hole in the top at the moment. So yeah, that's got to patch that hole up. So yeah, it might get a bit boring. Yeah, that's why you don't eat. Stop it, mate. That's why you don't eat wood. Leave it. Come on, that's enough. Oh, these dogs. Yeah, the knees are still getting over. Friday when my old man came around, getting up and down from the ground, working on the car. Still paying for that, but that's okay. It was worth it. I mean, all the parts for that cost. So I'm talking four brake discs, 4 brake pads, set of Iridium spark plugs. They were like $100 for 6 of them. All the parts come to $400, so I'm pretty happy with that. And that's with brake fluid as well. And we went through a lot of brake fluid. I tried that one-man bleeder that I got, and just didn't work. Dad wasn't. It was working, but it wasn't fast enough for him. So I ended up jumping in the car and just pump it through. But there was chunks in the brake fluid. So we went through about 2 litres of brake fluid, about 1 litre to flush it, and then probably another half a litre to 1 litre to get the fresh stuff through. And the good thing is the fresh stuff that we started using was it was blue, and the other stuff was yellow, so you could actually see it come through blue, and then you go, yep, we're good, we've got fresh fluid in there. So yeah, it worked out pretty well. So yeah, that's working really good now. Apart from that noise, and I'll sort that out during the week. I've got the only car. My car's the only one in the family with a tow bar. So I get all the. Can you come and grab a trailer of mulch, or can you help us shift this and do that? So it's like if you own a ute, everyone's your best mate, or a hoist in your garage or something. Everyone's your best mate when they need you. But all good. Dad helps us out heaps here. So plus with the Tirana and everything. So yeah, I'll chuck the tow ball on, and yeah, he wants a trailer load of mulch. So yeah, when I go to his place, we'll jack it up. He's got just a little trolley jack thing, and we'll just jack up that tyre and get that on, and we'll get it off and fix that noise that's in the brakes. I think that's what I was talking about over there, and we got sidetracked like I normally do. But yeah, it's literally just needs a bump with a hammer, or just a Dremel or an angle grinder just to relieve it. It's a little bit sitting too close to the pad. That's all. I don't know what pads were in it before. The car's done 100,000. I don't know if they're the original pads. I'm not sure. They might have been, because I bought the car at 50, and yeah, no, I don't think they are. I reckon that would have been the second set that were in there, but they weren't Bendix. I put Bendix pads in there now, and they might have had a bit more chunk here or there, and that's why they don't fit perfectly. To them, I'm talking, it's 0.5 millimetre. That's all it needs. It just needs a bump, and that's it. We're good. All 3 other wheels are all good. So yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. We got really nothing else going on, like I said. I've still got the old exhaust. You can kind of see it through there, just there, outside off the Nissan. So I want to give that a clean up, probably polish it just to protect it. Probably give it a coating of WD-40. I think it's stainless anyway. There's no rust on it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's stainless anyway. But then I'll just hang it up in the shed somewhere. And if I ever want to go back to an ultra quiet car that sounds like a vacuum cleaner, 4 bolts, you can put that, 4 bolts, maybe 20 minutes, you can have it swapped over. No issue there, so all good. Anyway, if I think of anything else, I'll add it to the video. But I'll get on to editing this and just seeing what this looks like. Hopefully it looks good. We'll see how we go. There's a bit of a... So let's try the zoom out. So, boom. And that's 12 times. That's pretty cool. We'll see how clear it is. I can't imagine it being too clear. Yeah, can't imagine it being too clear. But anyway, we'll give that a shot. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the rambling again. But yeah, it is really just a test. So I'll put a little waiver at the front of the video with some text saying this video is absolutely about nothing. It's just a test. I want to just see what it looks like at my end, and I want to see what it looks like after putting it on YouTube using this audio and new camera with this, new phone with this fancy camera thing in it. So we'll see how good it is compared to the Ace Pro. Under here though, it looks really not too bad. Like the light that it's giving to this darker area, and then kind of trying to balance the grass, but still do the plants there pretty good. So yeah, it's an S24. Apparently they got a lot of AI kind of stuff in them. So yeah, we'll see if that actually improves anything. But anyway, all right. Catch you later.